Good evening and welcome to News Tonight on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Tina Jha. Let's begin with the day's top stories. President's rule imposed in Maharashtra after a fortnight-long political impasse. President Ramnath Kovind signs proclamation on Cabinet's recommendation based on Governor's report. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leaves for Brazil to attend 11th BRICS conference, bilateral talks scheduled with presidents of China and Russia. Emphasis on creating mechanisms of cooperation against terrorism, apart from digital economy, science and technology. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu appeals to people to donate organs and bodies to science at a program in Delhi. Says youth can dispel misconceptions about organ donation by following a scientific approach. Issues of rural areas and farmers across the country, including Jammu and Kashmir, among the government's top priorities, says Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman at the 6th World Congress on Rural and Agricultural Finance. Also says the government has taken steps towards farmers' welfare. And the 550th Prakash Parv of Guru Nanak Dev celebrated the world over with reverence and gaiety. Devotees mark Kartik Purnima by taking a dip of faith. Dev Deepavali celebrated in Ayodhya and Varanasi. And the biggest story of the day, the president's rule was imposed in Maharashtra on Tuesday evening amid a stalemate over government formation following the assembly elections last month. President Ramnath Kovind signed a proclamation imposing president's rule in Maharashtra under Article 356(1), and the assembly was kept in suspended animation. This is the first instance in the 59-year-old history of the state when Article 356 has been invoked due to inability of political parties to form a government after an assembly election. Earlier in the day, the Union Cabinet had recommended President's rule in Maharashtra after Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari submitted a report in this regard. In his report, the governor said a situation has arisen that a stable government is not possible even after 15 days of election results being declared. Despite all possible efforts, the governor said he saw no possibility of a stable government in the state. Last week, Governor Koshyari had given the BJP, which had emerged as the single largest party with 105 seats in the 288-member assembly, the first chance to stake claim to form the government. But when the BJP declined to take up the offer, Raj Bhavan asked the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena, the second largest party, if it would be willing and able to form the government. The Shiv Sena, which was in talks with Sharad Pawar's NCP and the Congress to form a government, slipped on the 24-hour deadline to produce evidence of support from the two parties. It did ask for more time to come back with letters of support, but the request was rejected. And Governor Koshyari then summoned the NCP on Monday evening, offering the party a chance to form the government in the state. The NCP also was given a 24-hour deadline. But the party conveyed to the governor on Tuesday morning that the party needed 3 more days to gather requisite support. Following the president's rule, the Maharashtra Assembly is in a suspended animation. Although the president's rule can be revoked before the 6-month period if a situation emerges for formation of a stable government in the state. The Shiv Sena approached the Supreme Court against Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari's refusal to grant it extra time to stake claim to form the next government in Maharashtra. It said the decision was unconstitutional, unreasonable and also malified. However, it failed to get an urgent hearing in the matter, and the petition is likely to come up before the Apex Court on Wednesday now. Meanwhile, the Congress and the NCP have said that they had not taken any decision yet about supporting the Shiv Sena to form a government in Maharashtra, but will hold further discussions with the party. At a joint press conference with Congress leaders, NCP President Sharad Pawar said the two parties will discuss and evolve a consensus on what should be the policies and programs if the Shiv Sena was to be supported. They also said that policies and programs have to be finalized before making a claim to form a government in Maharashtra. The press conference was attended by Congress leaders Ahmed Patel, Mallikarjun Kharge and K.C. Venugopal, who have been deputed by President Sonia Gandhi to hold further talks with the NCP on the issue.
शिव सेना ने पहली बार कांग्रेस और राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी को अधिकृत संपर्क दिनांक 11/11/19 यानी कि कल किया था। इतने महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय लेने से पहले यह अनिवार्य है कि सभी बिंदुओं पर स्पष्टीकरण होना चाहिए। आज की बैठक के बाद इन पहलुओं पर व्यापक चर्चा भी जरूरी है। इस संदर्भ में दोनों पक्षों में आम सहमति बनाने के बाद आगे की नीति तय की जाएगी।
गवर्नर साहब को भी पहले बीजेपी को बुलवाया गया, फिर शिवसेना को, उसके बाद एनसीपी को भी न्योता आया, लेकिन कांग्रेस को कहीं पे कोई भी न्योता नहीं आया या आमंत्रित नहीं किया गया। मेरे ख्याल से ये गलत बात हुई है।
On to some other news now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday left for Brazil to attend the 11th BRICS conference, which is scheduled to take place on 13th and 14th November. During the summit, focus will be on strengthening cooperation between the member countries on areas like digital economy, science and technology, and innovation. The BRICS countries will also build mechanisms for counter-terrorism cooperation. The theme of the summit is economic growth for an innovative future. Prime Minister Modi said in a series of tweets before his departure that he will meet Brazilian president and hold discussions on strategic partnership with him. Besides, he will also hold bilateral talks with the presidents of China and Russia on Wednesday. Also, during the visit, Prime Minister Modi will address 2 sessions of the BRICS conference. He will also attend the closing ceremony of the BRICS Business Forum and interact with BRICS Business Council as well as the New Development Bank. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that the government has kept the concerns of rural sector and farmers at the forefront. Inaugurating the 6th World Congress on Rural and Agricultural Finance in New Delhi on Tuesday, she said the government has taken various steps to boost rural and agricultural sectors. She said saffron, peach and walnut farmers will get the same support like apple farmers of Jammu and Kashmir.
That there's not one farmer who's left without his apples getting sold. Now I'm ensuring that I will take the chairman of NABARD to J&K, even if it's winter now, because I want to be in time so that the next crop of saffron, of peaches and walnuts, and making sure other agri-produce of J&K get that kind of support which through NABARD the central government can extend.
The finance minister said the agricultural activities will also be promoted in Ladakh as it has huge potential in solar energy. She also said the government is currently focusing on Kisan credit cards and soil health cards, which are reformatory steps to boost the agricultural sector.
We are looking at Annadatta also to be an Urja Datta, where we are looking at ways in which, even as he tends to his farm and gets the produce out, we are also giving him ways in which he can generate power, solar panels or any other participation through wind energy, where he can contribute rooftop solar panels or panels in the farm in such patches where he is unable to use it for growing produce.
Nirmala Sitharaman also said states are being cajoled to reject the agricultural produce market committees and adopt electronic national agriculture market so that the farmers get better price for their produce. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu on Tuesday called upon the youth to overcome their apprehensions and take a pledge to donate their organs. Terming organ donation as a delicate and sensitive process that requires patience and conviction, M. Venkaiah Naidu said that the new and aspirational India must give up superstitions and redefine our spiritual outlook according to our social context. Addressing the gathering at Deh Danyon Ka Utsav, an event organized by the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, the Vice President pointed out human beings desire to live forever and said there can be no better way to realize this desire than to donate one's organs and let others live complete lives.
ऐसा प्रक्रिया है वो मालूम है, कभी कभी इधर उधर सुनते रहते थे, मगर एक आंदोलन के रूप में, एक मूवमेंट के रूप में इसको विश्व हिंदू परिषद से प्रेरणा लेके ये कार्यक्रम कर रहे। आज इस कार्यक्रम में आके मैं बहुत ऐसी अनुभव कर रहा हूँ जो मन में मुझे इसके बारे में ज़्यादा कहने के लिए उचित वाक्य भी नहीं मिल रहे।
Expressing concern about the acute shortage in the number of cadavers available to medical colleges, Venkaiah Naidu said that the need of the hour is for us to donate bodies to science with the consent of the family and the society.
Despite evolution of science and civilization, death remains an unresolved enigma. Nobody knows. There are different people give different reasons why death is occurring and where we are going afterwards. It is not in our hands. Human beings desire to live forever. If chance is given, many people want to live forever. There can be no better way to realize this desire than to donate one's organs and let others live complete lives. If you want to live beyond your tenure, better donate your organ. This is the message.
For the first time, India will host the 19th Council of Heads of Government of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization next year. SCO Secretary General Vladimir Norov gave this information on Tuesday in Beijing. The SCO is a China-led 8-member economic and security bloc in which India and Pakistan were admitted as full members in the year 2017. Its founding members included China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and also Uzbekistan. The SCO, which has its headquarters in Beijing, holds summits of heads of states as well as heads of government meetings annually in member countries. Lok Jan Shakti Party President Chirag Paswan announced on Tuesday that his party will contest 50 seats in the upcoming Jharkhand Assembly elections. The party has also decided to contest alone in the upcoming polls. Even Janata Dal United has announced to go solo in the Jharkhand polls. Assembly elections are scheduled to be held in 5 phases between 30th November and 20th December in the state of Jharkhand. More than 1,800 NGOs and academic institutes found to be violating laws have been banned by the government from receiving foreign funds this year. Among those whose registration under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act has been banned include the Rajasthan University, Allahabad Agricultural Institute, YMCA, Gujarat and Swami Vivekananda Educational Society, Karnataka. According to the Home Ministry officials, FCRA registration of these organizations were cancelled mostly due to their failure to submit annual income and expenditure statement on foreign funding for up to 6 years despite repeated reminders. As per FCRA guidelines, registered associations are required to submit an online annual report with scanned copies of income and expenditure statement, etc. for every financial year. Time for a short break, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Do stay with us.
Watch The Big Picture with me, Vishal Dahiya, at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha TV.
Rabindranath Tagore was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913 for his book Gitanjali. In 1950, he composed the music and lyrics for India's national anthem, Jana Gana Mana. And when Bangladesh became independent in 1971, they chose Tagore's song, Amar Shonar Bangla, as its national anthem. Tagore's life and works have made him a cultural icon, studied the world over, even into the 21st century.
Welcome back. You're watching News Tonight. In Jammu and Kashmir, 11,35,000 golden cards have been issued till date under the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Lieutenant Governor Girish Chandra Murmu was informed about the development in a review meeting on Tuesday of health and medical education sector. The Lieutenant Governor emphasized on strengthening of healthcare infrastructure, operationalization of 102 and 108 ambulance service, proper disposal of medical waste and achieving targets under the National Immunization Program. Rail services in Kashmir resumed on Tuesday after 3 months of being suspended due to security reasons post the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir. A trial run was conducted on Monday on the Baramulla-Srinagar stretch ahead of resuming the service. Srinagar-Banihal stretch of the railway line would resume in a few days after safety check and trial runs. The move comes as a sigh of relief for the commuters travelling from one district to another for work as well as education. And now let's talk about environment and climate change. The Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations announced projects to help countries meet climate challenges through better forest management. As many as 26 countries across Asia, Africa, and South America will be benefiting under the scheme. The countries will soon be able to provide improved data on forest and land use, which is an important responsibility of the nations involved as per the Paris Climate Agreement. The FAO said that accurate monitoring of forest and land use is essential for tackling climate change and also achieving the goals of sustainable development. Under the scheme, e-learning course will be provided for the staff of forestry sector, and in addition to this, the course will also be available for the students of universities, private sector and intergovernmental organizations. At present, the FAO supports 70 countries in forest and land management under the scheme at a cost of $7 million. The 550th birth anniversary of the first Sikh Guru and founder of Sikhism, Guru Nanak Dev, is being celebrated as Prakash Parv today. Guru Nanak Dev was born on the full moon day of Kartik month in 1469 in Nankana Sahib village, which is now in Pakistan. He was a philosopher, social reformer, thinker and poet. Devotees organized langar and paid their obeisance at different gurudwaras across the country. Besides, devotees from abroad, people from other parts of the country also took part in the celebrations in the national capital. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu wished the people on the eve of Guru Nanak's birth anniversary. In a Twitter message, he called Guru Nanak Dev a shining apostle who democratized religion by making spiritual truths easily understandable for the common man. He said that Guru Nanak Dev's life and divine teachings will keep inspiring us to follow the path of truth and have compassion for all humankind. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also said that this is a day to rededicate ourselves to fulfilling Sri Guru Nanak Dev's dream of a just, inclusive and harmonious society.
एक गुरु होने के साथ साथ एक विचार है, जीवन का आधार है। एक तरफ गुरु नानक देव जी ने सामाजिक दर्शन के जरिए समाज को एकता, भाईचारे और सौहार्द का रास्ता दिखाया, वहीं दूसरी तरफ उन्होंने समाज को एक ऐसी आर्थिक व्यवस्था की भेंट दी जो सच्चाई, ईमानदारी और आत्मसम्मान पर टिकी है। उन्होंने सीख दी कि सच्चाई और ईमानदारी से किए गए विकास से हमेशा तरक्की और समृद्धि के रास्ते खुलते हैं।
And on the occasion of Prakash Parv, President Ramnath Kovind also took part in the festivities at Gurdwara Bear Sahib in Punjab. He also addressed the gathering at the Gurdwara.
गुरु नानक देव जी ने बराबरी, भाईचारा, नेकी और सदाचार की सीख देकर लोगों को जात पात और कर्म कांड से मुक्त करने का हमेशा प्रयास किया। अपनी बात लोगों के दिलों तक पहुंचाने के लिए उन्होंने संगीत की मिठास में रची बसी सरल भाषा में उपदेश भी दिए। गुरु नानक देव जी ने गृहस्थ जीवन की जिम्मेदारियों को निभाने के साथ साथ परम ज्ञान पाने की राह दिखाई। उन्होंने इस मिथक को तोड़ा कि यदि मोक्ष चाहिए तो परिवार छोड़ना होगा। उन्होंने अपनी ही जिंदगी के जरिए लोगों के सामने मेहनत और वैराग्य के संगम की मिसाल पेश की।
And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has said that Guru Nanak Dev's teachings can promote peace, equality and prosperity across the globe. In an article in the Indian Express, the Vice President said, Guru Nanak Dev was a great champion of equality and the differences based on caste, creed, religion and language were irrelevant for him. He called Guru Nanak's vision pragmatic and holistic. And Dev Deepavali is also celebrated on the full moon night of the month of Kartik. The day is also marked as Kartik Purnima, and on the occasion, lakhs of devotees took holy dip early morning in the river Ganga and its tributaries across Uttar Pradesh. In the holy city of Varanasi, a series of cultural programs were organized at different ghats. And that's it from us in this bulletin. Thank you very much for your time.